Sports Talk, where we talk all sports and sports betting. First, we'd like to remind anyone that has a gambling problem to please reach out to the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700. Also, these are our opinions, and nobody should take this as guaranteed betting advice. Please remember to help us out by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to us, and share us with your friends. Now let's get into the show. What's going on, everyone? This is Devin with Amateur Life and Amateur Sports Talk. It looks like the stream is having some issues at the moment. So let me see if I can get that figured out before we get too much further. Because it just popped up. You are experiencing minor issues. All right. We'll see how this goes. See if it drops anymore. It's doing a little bit better right now. All right, so we got Colton in house.
How's it going?
We got Austin.
Happy to be back, guys. And guess what? I'll drink to that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And we got Drake, which, as you can see behind Drake's head, is a big spinning wheel right now. So we're going to do this jersey giveaway. We didn't get too many entries, so let me flip over to the wheel so you guys can all see if you're watching live and see who's going to win this thing. Originally, I said February 9th, but with not getting a ton of entries, I was able to get this all done up quicker. So jump over to this screen.
I've got a drink on Shea winning it.
Dude, I was going to say Shay. It's his birthday today, so,
Yeah.
you know,
That'd
be...
So, all
We're
right.
about to
When the
drink.
wheel was
I
put
don't
up
have
there.
a drum roll button, so drum roll. And the winner is
Oh, come on, Shay. We all want to drink to you.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, go. Oh,
looks like it is
all right.
James Smith. So, all right, James, we'll get either with you
Good
to
job,
get your
James.
address, or we'll reach out and see if you want to come and pick up the jersey sometime. Maybe you want to come in studio and hang out with us and grab your jersey. So, all right, for the next giveaway, Colton, you want to hand me that helmet?
Yeah.
So this month's giveaway is going to be this signed helmet. Who is it? Cordy Kiki, I believe, is the signature on here. So for the Houston Texans, it's a signed mini helmet. The win this one is going to be a little different this time. You just got to go to our Instagram. There's a post with that helmet, and you make sure you are subscribed to the podcast and the YouTube, and then comment once you've done that. That comment that enters you in. So
shout out to Caleb.
yep, Caleb's thing. So I don't know why my mic is being staticky. Sometimes it's with my phone being close. So all right, we'll jump in to starting with NFL, since that's what we kind of. We got Pro Bowl this weekend, Super Bowl, and then kind of that will wrap up. So we'll talk about those couple things, then the coaches, kind of what's moving around and kind of what's going on with the NFL. Then we'll jump into NBA, maybe talk a little college basketball, a little bit of NHL. Caleb's not here for golf, so we might try to give him a call and see if we can get him on the phone. And then also a little bit of MLB, even though there's not really much to talk about on that. And then any last thoughts, we'll kind of wrap it up here. But starting off with Pro Bowl. How many of you guys watched? Well, we just did watch the dodgeball tournament.
Yeah.
That was by far the best.
Dude, that was actually pretty cool. And that last catch that Jefferson had, that was pretty sick to end it.
Yeah.
But definitely a fun event. I don't
Yep.
know how long they've been doing it. Maybe a couple of years or...
Yeah, they've done it for a little while now, the dodgeball one. The skills stuff, I feel like they did not have as many participants with the skills stuff this year
Yeah.
as what they normally do in the past.
I know. There was just a couple of things that I've seen, and they weren't even that fun to watch, but...
Yeah. So, Russell Wilson did put on a clinic, though, for the passing.
Dude, that
I
was...
mean, 9 quarterbacks that tried, and then they had Mac Jones, who did a little bit better than them guys. But then Russell come out there and just blew him out of the water.
Yeah, no, I think the standings, I was telling you guys earlier, it was Hunter Renfrow came in with 1 point, Mac Jones after that had like 9 points, and Russell Wilson had 30. So if that kind of puts a perspective onto it, he just absolutely went. I think he only missed like 2 out of his however many throws.
Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3, and then plus the one that's like a 50-yarder bomb for into like a trash can he's trying to hit. He was like right next to it. He almost hit that. I'm like, I wanted him to just for that aspect.
Dude, he was going off. It was kind of cool to watch him. But
So where do you think he lands? Does he leave Seattle? Does he stay? What's your guys' thoughts on that?
I've heard Steelers. Now that Big Ben's out of
Yeah.
the picture,
Yeah.
like he needs to go to a bigger, not a bigger city, but a
bigger franchise.
bigger franchise. He needs to be at one of the big ones.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff that they're it's basically going to be one or the other situation. Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I think
So-
I think he stays personally because it does sound like they want to include him more on decisions. So if they do pick him and then boot Pete out, I think he'll be involved with the head coaching decision. So that's one thing that I think will draw him into there, staying.
And Seattle just seems like a strong team. All
They
they
have-
really have a weakness.
yeah.
They just can't pull it together. And
Exactly.
Chris Carson's been injured with his neck. But
Right.
it's like they've got They've got
DK.
Chris Carson is
Pa-
Bobby Wagner still on defense.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got Tyler Lockett. I know when Chris Carson was injured, I think Rashad Penny came in and he actually was tearing up So I think they just need to kind of figure their defense out a little bit, but they do have, like you said, Bobby Wagner, who's just a good vet who can come in and teach these young guys and make their defense better. So
For sure.
Let's see. We got for the Super Bowl. One thing I kind of looked up because I wanted to see if you would have took Cincy early in the season, or like before the season started, to win the Super Bowl, you'd have got plus 12,000 odds.
jeez,
I think next year I'm throwing some money just on every single team.
Yeah,
and
right.
Just hedge
so
it.
like $5.
Yeah, just throw
Well-
$5 on every team, and
I saw so many like preseason first game of the regular season. People said since he was going to go 4-13
Wow.
through the season, just looking at their roster
Yeah.
and everything, that's their projection.
No, they definitely surprised me. There was 0% of me that would have guessed that they went to the Super Bowl.
And Joe Burrow coming back from a season-ending injury.
Yeah,
Prior, only his
dude.
second year in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, really only being it is his full first year.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
he is what I thought Baker Mayfield would be.
I guess when
I thought
Baker came in, I
Baker
thought
was
it
a
would kind
winner.
of be like that.
He was a winner, and Joe Burrow's just what I thought he would be.
Yeah. No, he's in.
But you saw the stat where it was, which it's almost more impressive. He's the first round draft pick to go to a Super Bowl as a quarterback in his first 2 seasons.
Oh, really?
It's like, because if you're a
Dang.
first round pick,
Yeah.
you're going to the worst team.
Exactly.
And then within
Yeah.
2 years, you turn that
turn
team
around,
completely around.
which
That's so impressive.
Jamar Chase is a huge part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
for sure.
absolutely went off. Like, geez.
he's been a key weapon in that offense.
Oh, for sure. And honestly, the other 2 receivers, Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, those are really good receivers too, and they're both pretty
Mixon.
young. So
Mixon finished third
yeah,
for
Mixon,
touchdowns.
dude. Yeah. So they have some really good weapons behind Joe Burrow.
And
which-
all very, very young.
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's going to be a good team for the next few years, unless
Well,
they do some trades and stuff.
yeah.
But I think they're going to be a great
Maybe a
team.
little bit of fixing up for the defense,
Yeah,
but really they aren't doing anything with their offense. They don't have
yeah,
to.
maybe
Yeah.
a few linemen, but even
Yeah.
that.
Jamar Chase or Evan McPherson, better rookie. The kicker.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Jamar.
I know.
Definitely
Dude, but that
Jamar,
kick-
but how
he's
clutch
been
he's
knocking-
been in the playoffs does kind of put him like notch him up a little bit
That's
more.
just-
I don't think he's close to Jamar, but
That's just all I keep saying is this is why we draft a kicker.
I know, dude, and he's so cocky. I love it. Like what was it? Guess we're going to the Super Bowl. Then goes out and kicks the field goal. Or guess we're going to the AFC Championship.
Dude,
Goes
but
out
he
and
is
makes it.
money. You get him
No.
within 50 yards, even 55 yards, he's
Right.
knocking that down.
Yeah, and he's definitely got ice in his veins. So that's like, as a rookie, that's awesome to see. That's something that they're gonna want to, keep him in there for the next
So-
15 years.
So this was a comment I heard on one of the talk shows earlier this week. Who will feel more pressure, Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford to win?
Stafford.
Stafford for sure, just because he's older and this is his first year out of Detroit, and he did make it. So now he just feels like he has to win.
And I want to. Do you guys think Stafford, if he wins this, it's a better win than Brady leaving New England and winning it with the Bucks. It's like one guy can win the Super Bowl because he's been there, so he goes to the Bucks and does it.
Right.
But some guy that was basically forgotten about, not to us because we're Lions fans, but nobody even gave him
a chance. Right.
And then now he's in the Super Bowl for the first time.
I don't think it's.
But it's his first time with a good team.
Right.
I don't think it's
he has
harder
weapons now.
by any means because the Rams are right in there for the last 3 years. They were in a Super Bowl.
I was gonna say not too long ago, like what, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, against Brady.
Yeah.
And it was just pointed out as the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched. 9-6 or some. It was terrible. But I mean, they had a Super Bowl caliber defense.
Right.
So I think Brady's is more impressive. Just to put it out there, what was the Bucs record with Jameis Winston? It was bad.
Hey, he led the league in touchdowns.
Also picks.
I would say interceptions.
30 for 30 on Winston's 30 for 30.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's a tough question. That's a good question, though.
So right now, Rams are favored by 4 points. And do you think Rams win by 4?
This
or more?
one
In my heart, I want them to.
In my heart, I also want them to. I do. I think they win.
I can't even be. This is like the dream matchup.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I wanted to happen.
Dude,
No
I
one's
cannot
disappointed at the
wait.
loser.
No.
Exactly.
It's
Like,
like-
this is such a
or
good
winner.
match. I cannot wait, but man, I'm gonna have to go with that 4 point for Rams. I think they do pull it off.
I hope so. But at the same, it's gonna be hard though going to LA to play for Cincy, that crowd. And
Right.
LA is a town has such bandwagoner fans. You know,
Yeah.
you get all the celebrities that are like, "Oh, we got a Super Bowl, our
Right.
home team. We're gonna go out and buy other jerseys and go, you know, because they can afford the $6,000, $7,000 a ticket
Dude.
right now."
Isn't that
For the upper deck.
ridiculous?
Dude, it was, what was it? Field by the field were 20K.
Yeah, right. But it's so. But not only the home field advantage, but I do think that the Rams have more of those like older veterans who are just gonna play all their heart because they don't know what's gonna happen in the next 3 years. They could be done. Like Von Miller, Aaron Darnold, Cooper Kupp is actually kind of getting up there. I mean, he's 29 years old or something. Matthew Stafford. So they do have all these older players who want to get this Super Bowl. So I think they're just going to play a little bit harder.
And I think it just goes along with, like we said before, they've been there. Von Miller's been there with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's been there.
Yeah.
So I think
They
they're
have the
calm, they're
experience.
cool. I definitely think the Rams, and I think it might be a blowout.
I hope it's not.
Yeah,
Just
for the,
for,
It's,
like,
it's hard to
for the
it's
city.
hard to bet against Burrow, but look what the Chiefs did in the first half.
Right.
But then Chiefs defense has struggled all year long. They started playing well at the end of the year, but they've struggled.
And
They've struggled against the Bengals, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah, they beat them the
it's
last game.
Jalen Ramsey on Jamar Chase. Sorry, I'm going to take Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
I just,
I'd have to agree too.
I think it's going to be a blowout. It might be, and their offense is just as explosive as KC. Pretty close. So, and I think their defense is good enough to hold them off.
Dude, what about OBJ's like comeback? I guess it's not really a
Dude,
comeback. It's just Baker
like
Mayfield
he was
sucks
thrown.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like he was thrown to the curb by going to
Right.
Cleveland.
He has 2 more years in his prime.
Dude, that I think he's doing like this is
What he
OBJ.
should be
Like
doing.
I was a fan of OBJ. I know a lot of people kind of bash him just because he was one of those trendy guys who was dancing in the end zone and whatnot. But I've always liked him, so I think this is super fun to see him like actually coming back and doing well and proving like, dude, I'm still a top receiver.
It's just passion.
But I also think he benefits a lot from being the second guy.
Oh, definitely.
He's such where everyone's focused on Cooper Kupp. He can just tear you apart because you're not so focused on
Right.
it. And then you're
And
like,
he's still like
he's
so
still
good.
so good.
Our other normal co-host says, "Let's go Rams." So
Let's go Rams.
Cavi says, "Let's go Rams." So
I think they got it. Can we talk about how crazy these playoffs have been though?
Dude, the best playoffs
Dude,
I've
best
ever
play- like,
seen.
I
who
don't-
would have thought before even starting this that Rams and Cincy was going to be in?
Right. Like even the games though, like it's been what? Within one
game-winning
touchdown.
field goals.
Right, game-winning field goals,
It
one
was-
touch overtime games. Like
It's
holy,
it was the first time ever that all 6 games were decided by a touchdown or
Dude.
less.
that's a fun fact.
Oh, I don't have my button ready.
That was fun.
That's a
That-
fun.
That's what we need our sound to be. That was fun.
That was fun though.
I knew I had that button, so that's why I hit that versus the other button that you guys were thinking of. I don't even know where it is now.
You have to get that one ready because we got some. Stuff
we got some
up.
later though.
Some what?
Some fun facts.
Oh.
So, anyone have any prop bets? Anything? What's going around? Because I know every sportsbook league is doing fun ones. Super Bowl is one of the most heavy bet weekend of the year. So.
I got a big same game parlay, but there's like 11 legs to it. So
last year, I'm gonna try to do the same thing, but I bet on coin toss.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I think I went tails last year. That hit, and then it was I bet coin toss receiving team.
Mm-hmm.
To win the coin toss, and then that the first kickoff wouldn't be a touchback.
Yeah,
I was all three of those hit.
I might bet that it is going to be a touchback. I think it's going to be a touchback.
So some special ones going on DraftKings right now. I just pulled that up quick. Cam Akers to score the first game TD. Joe Mixon to score the second game TD. Plus 6,000 for yes.
Whoa!
So if the Rams win, get it. Cam Akers comes back. You know.
That's
I'll throw like $5 on it.
Yeah, $50.
The only bet I made is that bet on each kicker. Separate bets. Bet on each kicker. First one to score.
Oh, really? And honestly, those aren't bad.
Next one is Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase to have 1+ receiving touchdowns each. Joe Mixon and Cam Akers to each have 1 touchdown each.
That's a parlay.
Yeah, no, those are all. So all 4 of those to happen for plus 1,400.
Real quick, Devin.
Yep.
One of our co-hosts said that Colton and Drake are very quiet right now.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I already turned them up.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still quiet, but then we got Caleb just asked, how about the Dolphins?
What? What's going on with them?
I don't know if he's referring to what's going on with the coach and the whole lawsuit thing.
I'm gonna guess so.
Is there some breaking news that we didn't know about yet?
Well, I think he's referring more like the coach saying that he was paid to lose some of those games.
$100,000.
Dude, isn't that ridiculous?
So
like, what do you do as a coach? You're like, holy shit, that's a lot of money just to lose games. But at the same time,
it was never like I would want that in writing. You know?
Yeah,
it was straight up. According to him, it was a conversation they had. You know, like he was called into the office, and the guy goes, the owner goes, "Hey, I'll give you $100,000 if you throw the, lose this next game." What?
Well, yeah, like,
this is the owner saying that, right?
Yeah.
It's like as an owner, you'd be doing that though.
But
you'd be no position to win. Let's just tank.
Just throw,
the head coach, his reputation is on the line more than the owner. He knows.
Yeah, because
you're
just fire the coach.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what
here.
I think is going on with the whole thing with him being fired and stuff.
Which it still amazes me because of how many games they went to. They go to the playoffs last year? No, they were 1 game shy, but they're
shy this year too.
And it was like, why are you tanking?
Right.
What's the point of tanking if you're 1 win away from playoffs?
Yeah,
like 2 years in a row now.
And then fire him.